Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the Triathlon Dan YouTube channel. I've just been for a run, that's why I'm sweaty. I'll leave the stats on screen. But the reason you've clicked on this video is probably because of something I've put in the title. It's about what I'm eating or what I'm not eating. Now, I'm going to keep this as brief as possible and I'm going to get to the point straight away. I am no longer a vegan or plant-based eater. I don't think I was ever a proper vegan, but I was definitely a plant-based eater. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the history of why I went vegan, why I went plant-based, and then now I have gone back to being a herbivore, not an omnivore. I don't eat meat, I'm vegetarian basically. Anyway, right, so up until at the end of 2017, I've been a normal eater, steaks, burgers, pizza, the lot. Turning 2018, I'd done a lot of reading, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, I'd talked to a lot of people, and I decided that I wanted to give being plant-based a go. Now, there's a lot of, back then there wasn't as many options, so it was quite hard to do, but I managed to do it. I did it for like a test month in 2017, found it was well. In 2018, I gave it a go. I actually started being plant-based at the same time as a girl I work with committed to drinking only water. She's still doing that. I've obviously failed this. So 2018, started being plant-based. Took a while to find my feet. Liz, great help, makes loads of great meals, and I ate what I'd consider a really good diet. Lots of like lentils, chickpeas, whole foods, not much processed things, not many treats because there weren't really many like sweets and chocolates and things available for plant-based eating. And I became quite fit, especially going into 2019. I was in good physical shape. I wasn't like ripped, but I was pretty slim, pretty lean, and I was training well, feeling well and happy and healthy. Going into 2020, a lot more things were coming on the market. My diet became a bit poorer, like when things came out like vegan burgers and vegan Ben & Jerry's, those sorts of things. I feel like I needed to support those things, so I'd buy them and eat them, and when you're out at cafes, I'll buy the vegan cake and eat that. And because of that and many other reasons as well, I then wasn't as fit, as I wasn't as like lean, etc. and I began putting weight on. Over the last couple of years, my diet has become not as good, lots of processed things, still plant-based, not like loads of processed things, loads of treats, and it just wasn't very good. I'd always maintained that a plant-based diet was the healthiest diet. And that's just because that was my experience of it. I was a lot healthier when I was eating a plant-based diet than when I wasn't. Now, as you progress through life, things change, don't they? Your career changes, where you live changes, your responsibilities change, those sorts of things. I was getting quite stressed. I'm not going to say that I was struggling with stress, because I know there's lots of people who suffer with it a lot worse than I do, but I was becoming quite stressed quite often. I'd have bad skin, I'd have lots of headaches, and I would be generally not that happy. When I went to Mallorca in May of this year, I basically knocked being plant-based on the head, because I was in a restaurant and I'm trying to ride my bike lots, swim and run lots. I'm tired, I'm hungry. Within a restaurant, I'm always having to ask, oh, could you take the cheese off of that? Or is there dairy in the base? And all these different things. And it was just one thing too many. And before I had a full-on breakdown, I decided that I was going to remove one stress from my life, and that was the plant-based eating. So then I'd had margarita pizzas, I had, what else did I have? You know, pasta in like creamy sauces. And immediately I felt a lot happier. I didn't have any reaction. I didn't start having to sit on the toilet all day, those sorts of things. Actually, it was quite unchanged, and it was a bit of an anticlimax. Now, since then, when I returned back home in sort of mid-May, I dabbled. Some weeks I was fully plant-based, some weeks I wasn't. I couldn't really track any difference in my diet, other than I was able to eat a bit better, I believe, through being not plant-based. For example, I'm eating more eggs. I'm not having as many like protein shakes. I'll have some milk in a cereal or something like. That's probably a bad example, but like I'm able to eat a lot more things, and a lot more things that are better for me than all the processed stuff I was eating. Now, again, this hasn't resulted in me being any different really in terms of weight or in terms of performance, but I feel a lot happier, I feel a lot calmer, and I feel like it's the right decision for me. So feel free to share your thoughts and comments in the comments down below, but please do just be respectful to each other. I know diet is a divisive topic, isn't it? People think different things and know different things. Some people will think I'm wrong, some people will think I'm right, and that's absolutely fine. Have your own opinion, just don't be nasty to each other, or to me, in fact. That'd be nice, actually. So yeah, the reason for sharing this now is I didn't want to make a whole big deal of it. I didn't want to make a video titled why I'm no longer vegan, but apparently I have. But because over the next few days I'm going to be sharing videos in which I'm working with Sam at Total Endurance Nutrition about my nutrition. So obviously in there will be videos where I am eating eggs and other things. I haven't completely written off fish. If I'm honest, I'm very aware of animal welfare, I love animals and so on, but I'm thinking about fish, I'm not entirely sure. But I definitely have no intention to eat meat. Again, I'm not like writing it off like and saying I'm never worried I've got white stuff on my lips. We're not saying I'm never going to eat meat ever again, but I have no intentions of eating meat ever again. Similar to alcohol, I haven't drank alcohol for 4.5 years now. I'm not saying I'm never going to drink alcohol ever again, but I've got no intentions to start drinking alcohol ever again. So I hope that just explains my thoughts and my rationale for why I'm no longer plant-based. I know you could say, well, you could be a good vegan, you can have lentils, you can do this and that. I've tried it, and for whatever reason, it just hasn't happened, hasn't stuck. So I'm going to give this my best shot in being I think vegetarian is probably the correct term, and trying to improve my diet. And I'm actually not going to write off being plant-based fully again, but it's just not for me at the minute. So there you go. That's also part of the reason why, if you watch the Deca series this year, there was a lot of comments about me being a devout vegan, and obviously the lads were just taking the mickey out of me. There you go. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for either one of the videos I have been working on or another day of triathlon training. See you there.